Alright, I'm going to teach you the song Someone Else's Arms by the band May. It is off their album, The Everglow, and if you have never heard this album, please do yourself a favor and go listen to it. If you have any ounce or inkling of musical taste whatsoever, I promise you, you will like it. It's a really cool album. It came out in like 2005, I think, so it's pretty dated. I'm not even sure anybody is going to want to watch this video, but I have a feeling that there's somebody out there that wants to play this song because it's really cool. So like I said, the album came out 2005-ish, and it's kind of like a concept album. It's the theme is like a follow-along kind of book, like it's a story. The whole album is a story, and it's so even it opens with this prologue, and it's like, "Welcome to the Everglow by May," and you'll know it's time to turn the page when you hear these sounds. And so each song is like a section of a novel or something, or a chapter of a story. And it has really cool artwork, all that. If you're here, you probably already know what it is. Anyway, I'm just talking to those of you who may not know The Everglow by May. Again, The Everglow is the album. The band is May. Please go listen to it. And listen to it like in its entirety. Don't just go pick a song out, because like I said, it is like a concept album and it all kind of works congruently. It's probably one of my top albums ever. I don't listen to it all the time. I just come back to it periodically. And I can't remember the reason why recently I listened to it again. I think I got like this notification from May that they're going to be touring and doing the full album in concert, and maybe like an anniversary or something. I don't know what it is. I can't do the math in my head that fast. But anyway, so I think that's why I just started listening to it again. And I realized that I've never tried to play any of the songs on guitar, even though they're super cool. So I thought I would try it. And so I just learned it for myself. And since I went to all that trouble, I thought I would go to a little bit more trouble and teach it to you if you're interested. So I'm going to zoom in and give you a closer look at the guitar, and we'll try to go through all the main parts of the song. Also, if you like these tutorials, I have a couple of other ones out there. They're kind of random and all over the place. One is Corey Wong's song Light as Anything. That's a pretty popular one. Gabe Bondok's version of John Mayer's song Rosie. I have one by John Foreman, Terminal, and some Ben Rector stuff. So just go check those out. They're on my channel. I might put the links below for you to peruse them at your convenience. So thanks. Let's get into it. Okay, a couple of important things to get out of the way. First of all, if you're wondering why my hands are blue and red, it is because I did tie-dye t-shirts with my kids tonight. Secondly, this song is in drop C sharp tuning. So you can play it in drop D if you want, but it'll be a half step higher than the original key. So from lowest string to highest string, we have C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and D sharp. So if you want to play with the original recording, you're going to need to tune your guitar to that tuning. The song starts with a lot of guitar feedback and then this really cool drum fill. Now I'm going to call these guitars 1 and 2. Guitar 1 will be the lead guitar, and guitar 2 will be the rhythm guitar. The rhythm guitar is played by the lead singer, and the rhythm guitar is played by the guitarist. So I'm going to call guitar 1, like I said, lead guitar, and for the opening riff, you're going to start over here. And so real quick, tone-wise, I'm not really going for like spot on tone. I've got a Yamaha THR10 amp over here. It's set on the modern setting. So like a scoot mid, like heavy distortion sound, kind of in the metal zone. That's what you're going to want to go for. I've got a little bit of delay on here. Let's see. It's not tapped in or anything. It's just a slight, like, kind of slap back delay to give it just something. So this opening riff, we're going to be over here on the 9th fret of the A string, and I'm going to call it the A string, even though it's not tuned to A. Also, when I talk about chords, I'm just going to talk about chords as if we're in D, drop D tuning. So I'm going to call these chords like we're in the key of D, even though we're really in C sharp. So just keep that in mind. Remember what you're tuned to, but I'm just going to give you like more familiar chords because I think that'll be helpful. So for this opening riff, we're going to start, like I said, on the 9th fret A string, and we're going to bend it. So we're going to go. So we're going to go up, down, and then land on the same string on the 7th fret. Then we're going to do these octaves on the 7th and 9th frets, A and G string. Did you get that? Sorry, I'll do it a little bit cleaner. And we're going to go to an octave like right below that on the higher strings. So now we're on the D and the B strings, 7th fret, and then on the 10th fret, back to that other octave we were just at. And that's the whole kind of first part of the riff. So when I looked up this song to see if there's anything out there where I wouldn't have to start from scratch, just learning it by ear, there were some tabs out there from like when the album came out, or maybe a little bit after that, and they were really wrong. So they were doing like octaves instead of the bend. But anyway, it's definitely a bend. I looked at some footage of the band playing. There's not a lot of good footage of it, but I pieced together parts, and that's where all this is kind of coming from. But again, that's the first section of the riff. And then it repeats it. Okay, then we're going to come down to the 4th fret on the A string again and do the kind of the same bend. So same bend, and then to the 2nd fret. We're going to play that octave. So we do that, then we're going to come all the way up here to the 9th and 11th frets, playing the octaves still. Sorry about that little squeaky. So we go from the 9th and 11th to the 5 and 7, same strings. And then the lead guitarist, there is a rhythm guitar like I said, but he just picks these single notes, I believe. I've seen him kind of do it live. I think this is what he's doing. Just, we're going to go on the B string, and we're going to be on the 5th fret, 5th to 7th to 10. And then we're going to be on the 10th fret on the high E string. And then that's the last one before this. Ooh, that doesn't sound in tune. Okay. So let's kind of repeat all that. And I don't know if just the rhythm guitar does that ending, those two ending chords, or if the lead guitarist does it with him on the recording. Who knows? But that's kind of what's going on. So let's go back to the beginning of that whole intro riff. Okay, hopefully that was slow enough. You can go back and watch it, slow it down. You are watching this on YouTube, so below there's a little gear looking wheel. If you click on that, you can slow this video down or speed it up, however you want to do it. So that is the opening intro riff for Guitar 1. So Guitar 2, the rhythm guitar is just playing some chords. He's going from a D to an A. And because you're in drop D, you can play this low E string, or well, the low string when you're playing that D chord. And again, it's not really D, but I'm going to call it a D. We're going to come to an F sharp. Then we're going to go to a B minor. That F sharp is really a minor too, but when you're playing these drop D chords, you're playing just like the 1 and the 5 of the chord, so you're not really playing a major or a minor. You're basically just playing like a power chord. So from there it's going to go back to an A. So let me do that again. Okay, so that ending, at first I thought it went like this, because that's sort of the harmonic equivalent, or actually that, but it is, sorry, it is not, it is actually, so it's a little bit of a stretch. And it really works well if you have blue and red fingers. But anyway, so that is the second guitar part of the intro. So now for the verse, guitar 1. We're going to be over here, kind of a stretch, on the D string, 7th fret, and then way up here on the G string on the 11th fret. So we're going to start. So we're just moving that pinky finger down to the 9th fret. So live, I've seen him do. You can go up from the 11th to the 12th if you want to, or not. Either way. So you got this thing going. So you're going to kind of drag that down, and then we're going to go. So that's all on the 7th fret, and you're palm muting this, right? So you're not going. Okay, so, and you are moving down to the 6th fret on that G string. I'm just playing 2 strings this whole section of this song, of the verse. You kind of ring that out, and then you go back to where you were. So that's 7, 9, 9 to 11, and then 5 to 7, all on the D and G strings. So let's take that whole part again on the verse, guitar 1. Okay, so that is the verse, and he does that on the second verse. Second verse, same as the first. So for guitar 2 on the verse, he's just playing the same chords as the intro. However, instead of playing like an open D, I think he's just kind of chugging on the low strings. So again, we're going from a D to an A. Kind of like that. And again, sorry my guitar is so noisy, it's just high gain. But I don't think I mentioned it, but these kind of chords that you can play in a drop D tuning, it's kind of like a D shape with your fingers here, and then you're just kind of like playing a full bar with this finger. You're not playing the high E string or the highest string. So not doing that, but playing every string but that. So these are kind of the chords throughout the whole song. You can just play the lowest 3 strings and get away with that just fine. But let's go back to through the verse for second guitar. It's kind of hard for me for some reason to get these chords in tune. Gotta play them just right. All right, so that is the verse. Okay, pre-chorus, guitar 1. I've seen him do different things, but essentially we're just going from a G to an A. I've seen him do just kind of on the G and the B strings, or 3rd and 2nd string. Or you can play a G like this. This would be like a bar chord if you're thinking like that. But just the D, G, and B strings. So it's that kind of thing. So G to A. So you could do that, or you could do. And this is just the G and the B strings again, but kind of from the A chord. Like I said, you could do either one. I tend to just do these. And for that, you're just going to move it up 2 frets. So that's a G and that's an A. Again, think of bar chords like that. That's what they are. They're just partial bar chords. So at the end of that G to A thing, he does a little riff, and it goes something like, and then he goes back to the G to A. So in context, it's kind of like, and so the last part of it that he does kind of fades out, and you can't really hear exactly what he's ending on, but because you can just slide back up to the G and play that, I think that's kind of, it works that way. So take that with a grain of salt. I think that's what he's doing. It gets you close enough. So we'll go over this one more time. Again, this is the pre-chorus part where he's like, from the beginning, just wanna wake up. So that last one, I think he just kind of does an open B string, because they're going to go to the D, I'm sorry, for a G to begin on the chorus. Okay, guitar 2 for the pre-chorus is playing the same chords as guitar 1, but just kind of in a lower register. So you could do it like this. So that is just kind of the lower part of the G bar chord, and the same with the A. Or you could play kind of the drop D tuning chords, G to A. So that's it for the pre-chorus, really simple for guitar 2. For the chorus, guitar 1, if you want to play the album version, then I'm going to teach you what I think he's playing there. For the live versions, I think the live versions that I've seen, I think guitar 1 and guitar 2 are both just playing power chords. But this is what I'm hearing on the album version. So you're going to be playing these high up octaves. Starting on the 9th fret, again we're on the D and the B strings. So the 9th and the 12th frets. That's the first part. So 9, 12, then up to 11 and 14, then 12 to 15. So, and then down to 5 and 10. So again. And the second part of the chorus, he does something really similar. Okay, so that's the second part. So starting the same spot, same here too. He does this, and then that, because the guitar 2 is going. All right, so those kind of those match up well together when they're played together. So the full chorus for guitar 1 goes like. Okay. Guitar 2 on the chorus, the first chorus, is playing just kind of these drop D chords again, starting with a G, up to a B, down to an A, and then back to a G. For the second half, it goes like this. Those are super cool chords. Sound really good in this drop C sharp tuning. But from the top of the chorus again, a G. And then he goes to go into verse 2. These chords I think are like some kind of flat 5 thing. I don't know. I'm confused enough from the fact that this is in drop C sharp, but I'm calling it drop D. but it's also not in the regular tuning. And so yeah, if you want to know the notes, I believe actually I don't even know. I'm not even going to try, but I will tell you where my fingers are on the fretboard. Up here on the 11th on the low E string, I'm on the 12th for the A string, and then I'm on the 14th for the D string. So you're not going to move your fingers, just move, well, you're going to move all your fingers, but the position, the chord position is the same. We're just going to go all the way down here to where your first finger is on the 6th string. So 6, 7, and then 9. I'll play it one more time. This is the chorus for guitar 2. All right, so then they go to verse 2, and then they do a double chorus. All that, verse 2 is the same as verse 1, and the chorus is the same as the first chorus. It's just repeated. And then we get to the bridge, and there are 2 guitar parts for a while, and then it just goes to the second guitar, just kind of chugs through these parts. So let me teach those to you. Guitar 1 on the bridge is going to play this. The bridge sort of instrumental leading up to the vocal in the bridge is really the keys carries that. It's that dun 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 dun. But there is guitar parts, and guitar 1 is doing this. So we're doing octaves again, starting up here on the 10th and the 12th fret. So I'm on the A strings and the G string, okay? Everything else is muted, just 2 strings. So down to 7 and 9. And this is kind of a slide up to 9 and 11. And then down to 5 and 7. So again, and he's really kind of chopping those off, right? So he's not letting them ring. He's not doing it. He's just staccato. That is guitar 1 for the bridge. Guitar 2 for the bridge is playing this. So it's a bit of a stretch, but what it's going to be is just 2 strings, not like the octaves that we're accustomed to in the previous parts of the song. But we're going to play on the low E string, or the lowest string, the 6th string, and then like the 4th string or the D string. Your first finger on the lowest string is going to be on the 5th fret, and then your pinky is going to be way up here on the 9th fret on the D string. And you're going to move those up 2 frets. And then this finger is going to move up to the 9th fret. And then you're going to slide your pinky. That corresponds to what guitar 1 is playing. So again, that part is. And guitar 2 is just kind of chugging through. Okay, so again, we got that, we got this, we got this. So then you're playing that, which is the 9th fret on the lowest string, or the E string, and then 12th fret on the D string. Then we're gonna go down here. So that is the 4th fret on the lowest E string, and then the 7th fret on the D string. And then you're just moving back to the place you started. So all that again is, let me play a little cleaner if I can. Something like that. That is guitar 2 on the bridge. And so he does it a couple times, and then on the last time, and there's that awesome pick slide. So he's just playing, so this is kind of just like, again, like a G to an A thing. You could play it like that. And he may do that, I don't know. But something like, sounds like my guitar is like a small child making noises because it's such high gain. Okay, so he's playing something like on the last part of the bridge. So that is just, we're going to be on the 9th fret, and we're playing those really low, just power chords up to the 11th fret. And then just that kind of open drop D. You can play this kind of cowboy chord with it if you want to play like a lot of strings, but and then he does that pick slide, just scrape away your worries. Okay, that last part one more time. So that's that part. All right, and now we are on to the final pre-chorus, yep, and then the final chorus. All right, the final pre-chorus, which occurs after the bridge for guitar 1. You're going to play pretty much the same as the other pre-choruses, but we're going to add in some special sauce lick stuff going on. So it starts off just like before. This is the part where it starts going. So I kind of messed that up. So once you go from so that is on the G string 3rd fret, and then the high E string 2nd fret, B string on the 3rd fret, back to the 3rd fret on the G string, and then it goes to this G string on the 2nd fret. So from the riff that we're familiar with, I know that was kind of hard to digest. I'm going to actually, I think, play it with the song so you can hear it in context. But again, it starts off the same from that G to that. It does that twice. And that's when it starts going down here. And then it plays the A like you would when you're normally going from those chords. End of the chorus. So let me play that with the song so that you can get it in context. Okay, so hopefully you got that. That is guitar 1 on the pre-chorus after the bridge. All right, the guitar 2 part on that pre-chorus is just the same, just from G to the A, back and forth. It's pretty straightforward. And that brings us to the final chorus. Last chorus, guitar 1 does something a little different, playing octaves again, but he's gonna play. Okay, so all that is, you start the same place as your other choruses up here on the 9th and 12th frets. We're doing the octaves on the D and the B strings again. So that's the same as the other choruses. And then we're going to go down here. So here we're on the 5th fret and the 8th fret. And he's going to come way up here to the 12th and the 13, 14, 15. That, and then up 2 frets. So there's no, on the final chorus, there's just that. I just want to wake up. It kind of comes down from there. So one more time, guitar 1 on the final chorus. Actually, let me play that in context with the song, so that you can, and I'm kind of guessing on some of the parts, especially this higher up stuff, but I think this is right. Okay, guitar 2 on the final chorus is going to play it a little different as well. He's going to go from the G to the A this time, to the B, and then back to our little flat 5 chord. So that's really similar to the other choruses, but you're kind of doing this ascending thing from the G to the A to the B. And then that's pretty much the whole song, except that they go back into the intro one more time. And then they end it on this huge kind of thing. And so that is the entire song of May's Someone Else's Arms from their album Everglow. I hope you enjoyed it, got something out of it. Go jam with it. Play it through one time through as guitar 1, and then play it one time through as guitar 2 for fun. And it'll be a good challenge learning experience. Have fun with it. It's an awesome album. Again, if you don't know it, please go listen to it. Subscribe and all that. Like the video, comment, help the algorithm. We'll see you later.